Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode number 29 of Breaking a 1971 Topps Vending Box Series 2. 29 is special to me, worn by Rod Carew, who, growing up, became my favorite player. Initially, it was Lou Brock, but as I got a little older, in that like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 range, Rod Carew of my hometown Minnesota Twins became my favorite player. And after we go through some of the cards in the 71 vending box, we're going to take a deep dive into some Rod Carews. But we're going to start going through this vending box. We're getting down there. The number of cards left. I'm going to try to take over a pack's worth here. And we're just going to see who we get today. It starts out with a nice card of Dave Moorhead. And I like the next card we got. I was hoping for some luck here with Rod being the number 29 Rod Carew edition. And looks like we got a Willie Stargell card. Very nice. That adds to the couple Stargells that we have gotten. So very good. And oh man, and look who's under Stargell. Wow. We get Rod Carew himself. Unbelievable. So in my episode 29, this is the first time I've tried putting cards out and getting them before, and it never happens. It actually happened for this one. Number 29, Rod Carew. Look at that. That little mark there, maybe it's a little surface crease on this one. My other four Carews have been just perfect cards. This one is still centered well. Good corners, but get it. My fifth Carew out of this vending box. Very nice. Carew and Stargell for two of the first three cards. And then we got a Sam McDowell. He's a very good player himself. McDowell, a menacing look, big 6'5", lefty, probably threw around 100 miles an hour, struck out. And look at the back of his card. I think this was one of the years, 1970, where he struck out 304 batters in 304 innings. He had 2 years over 300 strikeouts. He's a guy. Look at it. This point in his career, he is 27, just turned 28 at the end of this season. He's already got over 100 wins, almost 2,000 strikeouts at this point of his career. I think he led the league in strikeouts and walks, I think, like 5 times. Good pitcher. And then I think this was about his last good year, really. And then he probably was used so much. I mean, look at a 27-year-old who's got almost 2,000 strikeouts, was used so much that he kind of fizzled after that. And we got a future Twins manager here, Frank Quillisi. So another really good rookie here. The Times, Cesar Cedeno. 19-year-old at this time. Pretty good career. We got a Chuck Dobson card. Looks like a nicely centered card. Nice corners. Big bopping first baseman and Bob Robertson. That's good. Jim Ray. Gary Peters. And the last card in here is a Luke Sims. So what do we take here today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. So a little more than a pack. So if you got that pack back in the day, he would have come away with a Carew, a Stargell, a couple stars at the time, and McDowell and Cedeno. Would have been a pretty good pack. So that could add to some. Here's some of the best. I didn't show them a whole lot this time. The best 71 so far we've gotten out of this vending box. And with that, we're going to turn our attention to Mr. Rod Carew. Now, for those of you who don't know, he was named Rodney Cline Carew because he was born on a train, and a Dr. Rodney Cline happened to be on that train and is the one who delivered Mr. Carew. Now, Carew was born in Panama. His dad was what they call Zonian, which was ancestry, originally U.S. citizen, moved to the Panama Canal zone to build the canal and then kind of guarded afterwards. His mother was Panamanian. A few other famous Zonians are John McCain, who was a presidential candidate at one time, and Edward Murphy, who was an engineer who Murphy's Law came from. So Carew became my favorite player. First, you could listen to KMOX a little bit, get him somewhat at night to listen to some Cardinals games, or get to listen to Bob Gibson and Lou Brock. But the easier station to get was WCCO. And we also could watch a few games. I don't know what they televised, about 30 games a year back there of Twins games. But get to watch Rod Carew, who I kind of adapted my stance after for a while. I think I adjusted it away from that a little later, but was a left-handed hitter. Was Rod Carew. Always wanted to hit like Carew. So starting with go through his cards here, 67 rookie card. That was a card that when I first was trying to get all the Carew cards, probably in the mid-70s, saw that this one on Trader Speaks in an ad there sold for $5.50. And I thought, man, that is just so much to pay for a card. I could get so many other multiple cards for that. So I tried. I looked in the old checklist. I don't know what kind of a checklist it was, but whatever I had, I don't think it was a Beckett checklist at that time. But it listed a Twins rookie card, and I didn't know who was on it, but I knew Carew had a 67 card, and Carew wasn't listed in the 67 checklist, so I thought maybe he's on that card, so I ordered it, and it was like 10 cents, and this is what came in the mail. No Carew. So I ended up eventually having to pay the $5.50 and got that Carew card, which was a pretty nice card. A little off-center, top-bottom, but real nice corners otherwise. And then there's his 68. And then at 69, they used the same picture. That was the year where they weren't getting a lot of the players to cooperate to get pictures, so they used the same picture. 69 was a pretty cool year for Carew. It was his first batting title, and it was also the year he stole home 7 times. And in one of the games that year, he stole second, third, and home on, one consecutively, not on consecutive pitches, but all while the next batters were up. And he was the last man to do that until Ellie De La Cruz just recently did it. And his 7 steals a home that year is only topped by this man, Ty Cobb, who did it 8 times in one season. So then 1970 rolls along. That's the year he got a knee injury, someone trying to break up a double play. He was at second base, ended up with surgery. So he was hitting like 366 that year, but only got a partial year in. There's a 71 card, which now we've got 5 out of this vending case. Is 72. Now 72 was a year, that was a high number card, and I remember having to at the time pay like $20 to get that card, which was pretty expensive. But that year he won his second batting title, and he was the first player since this man in 1918, Zach Wheat, to win a batting title without getting a home run. I like these T205s. They actually gave little stories of the player on the card. Showed a few stats. And then 73 rolls along, another batting title. 74 rolls along, another batting title. 75, 4th consecutive and 5th overall batting title. And then 76 comes along, and 76 he comes in second, or he comes in third actually in the batting title. And they were playing each other in the last day of the season. This guy beat him out. George Brett wins it. And George Brett's teammate, Hal McRae, comes in second. I think they're like 333, 332, and Carew, I believe. I can look at the card to see. Yeah, it'd be 331, yep. And then 77 rolls along. And 77 was a magical year for Rod Carew. I still remember it was Rod Carew Jersey Day where they were giving away number 29 jerseys, and Carew gets 4 hits, 6 RBIs, and at the end of the day is hitting over 400. They come out with a Sports Illustrated, which I put up pictures on my wall when I got it back in the day. I remember him and Ted Williams were on the cover. I still don't have the cover, but that was a picture from inside the magazine. And he had a real good talk with Ted Williams, who was the last guy to hit 400. There's his 51 Bowman card. And Williams, in that 41 magical season, did not win the MVP, as it was the same year. This guy, shown on his 41 play ball card here, the year it actually happened, Joe DiMaggio beat him out. He had a 56-game hitting streak and ended up winning MVP honors. So you can see Crew's 76, 77, 78 cards. So 77, he wins a batting title. 78 wins another batting title. And that was his last, his 7th. And just got to look at his stats here in that magical 77 season. He gets 239 hits, 38 doubles, 16 triples, 14 homers, 100 ribbies, and ends the season at 388. So the closest anybody has come since then to hitting 400 were George Brett in the 1980 season hit 390, and then Tony Gwynn in a strike short season hit 394. And this year, there's a guy battling, and it's somebody Rod Carew has actually tutored and helped when he was in the Twin system, was Luis Ariz. It's kind of having a really good season of his own. We'll see where he ends up. But then after, there's Carew's 79 card, and then, unfortunately for me, he gets traded to the Angels and finishes his career with the California Angels, having quite a few more good years, never any batting titles. But there in his cards, you see they made batting leader cards all 7 of the years he won batting titles. So we've got all 7 of the batting title cards. His all-star cards that they made while he was playing. If they would have made all-star cards every year, he would have 18 of them. He'd have 2 full pages worth because he was an all-star 18 seasons. And there's a few of his extra cards that Carew in action. 72 card. A few more, and I think I had, yeah, threw a few more on the back there. So, that's it. We will try to, let's see, I think I got a little Carew video here to end things. So, let's see if we can get this thing started.
Just more pure hitting talent than anyone has seen in a long
Mel Allen there on.
The largest crowd in Twins history came out Sunday to see Rod Carew reach for the 400 hitting barrier. And the hot hitter came through.
That was that game that I was talking about.
Pushes average to the magic mark.
Yes, the White Sox really won 19-12. I remember listening to that game on the radio. It was Rod Carew Jersey Day, and
Rico Carty, Henry Aaron, Willie Mays, and Stan Musial all
crowd
reached
went crazy.
400 in mid-June, but Carew didn't.
Rod Carew could be baseball's finest hitter for the simple reason that there's no easy way or any set way to defend against him.
First batter in that period to approach July with that mark. Hitting 400 under the tough conditions of modern baseball might rate as the greatest batting feat ever. It's possible that Rod Carew can do it. It's certain that if he moves at his present rate, he will surpass Sisler's record of 257 hits in one season.
He didn't quite do that. He got 239.
Carew knocked in 6 runs in this game. Teammate Glenn Adams 8. And the Twins slugged the White Sox out of first place.
All right, that's all we'll do for today. Thanks for watching again. For all you guys going to the National, I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of fun. Wish I was going to be there. But our Legion team I'm coaching is in our playoffs, so I'm going to be there instead. I'll have a lot of fun with that as well. But take care, everyone. Here's, again, another look at what we pulled today. Nice little lot. We'll see you again. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks. Thanks.